of psychosocial development. As is well known, Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development is a modification of Freud's psychosexual theory. As we may already know, Freud describes human personality development as psychosexual. This means that for Freud, what develops in the human person is the way in which libido, or sexual energy of the id, accumulates and is discharged as human persons mature biologically. Each stage of Freud's 5 psychosexual stages, that is, oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital, represents a fixation of libido in different areas of the body, which as a person grows, become important sources of tension and pleasure. Now, Freud believes that life is built around tension and pleasure, and that the former is caused by a buildup of libido, while the latter results from its discharge. Much like Freud, Erikson is convinced that personality develops in a series of stages, hence Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development. But instead of focusing on the psychosexual aspect of development, as Freud did, Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development focus on the resolution of a specific crisis that one encounters in each stage of its development as a person. Erikson argues that this conflict must be resolved for a child to develop into a healthy and well-adjusted adult, which in turn makes her a contributing member of society. Erikson calls this ego strength or ego quality. And according to Erikson, if the person fails to overcome this crisis, she will emerge with a sense of inadequacy in that aspect of development, which in turn prevents her from developing the necessary skills needed for a strong sense of self. Now, as we can see, Erikson expanded Freud's psychosexual theory by highlighting the cultural aspect of personal development. This is the reason why Erikson puts more emphasis on the impact of social experience on personality. In fact, in Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development, Erikson attempts to explain how social interactions and relationships played out in the development of personality. Now let's delve into Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development. Infancy, from birth to 12 months of age. Trust versus mistrust. The first stage in Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development takes place during infancy, which occurs between birth and 1 year of age. According to Erikson, this is the most fundamental stage in life. During this stage, the infant is utterly dependent on the parents, especially the mother, for sustenance and comfort. According to Erikson, if the parents are consistent in providing the infant with a secure environment, including the satisfaction of the infant's basic needs, such as food, love, and safety, the infant develops a sense of trust. If parents, on the other hand, are inconsistent in providing the infant with what she needs, Erikson argues that a sense of mistrust will develop on the part of the infant. In the long run, according to Erikson, mistrust will lead to feelings of frustration, withdrawal, suspicion, and a lack of confidence. It must be noted, however, that for Erikson, it is impossible for the infant to develop 100% trust. For sure, the infant cannot avoid developing some kind of mistrust during this stage. Although negative in itself, Erikson believes that some experience of mistrust is advantageous on the part of the infant, as it allows her to gain some understanding of what constitutes danger situations later in life. This explains why Erikson believes that a successful development of the infant's personality during this stage involves striking a balance between trust and mistrust. However, Erikson cautions that it is not advisable for the infant to be exposed to prolonged situations during this stage that the child begins to show strong and clear preferences over things of interest, such as food,